welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to share my top tips for dealing with writing burnout, how to prevent it from happening, how to push through it, and just in general how to deal with it. I think writing burnout is something that's kind of bound to happen to anyone, especially if you write all the time. You're bound to get a little bit bored or just it not be as exciting anymore. I've definitely experienced writing burnout a couple times in my life, so these are my tips. My first tip, or just general advice thing I want to say, is there's nothing wrong with taking a break if you feel like you need one. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like I need to be like a creative machine, and that I can never take a break. I have to just keep writing a lot of time. That leads to burnout. So make sure that if you are starting to feel overwhelmed or you feel like you're working too hard, make sure to take a break, even if you don't feel like you're experiencing that writing burnout, or like, you know, you're just getting a little bit tired and don't feel like you really need a break. Take a break anyway and just prevent the burnout from happening. Give yourself rest. And then obviously if you're in a major burnout slump and just not motivated at all, it is totally 100% okay to take a break if you need it. Try to relax, do some other hobbies, some other creative passions of yours, just to get back in that creative zone where making things is fun. Remind yourself how much you love it, and remember that you are a person, a human being, not a writing machine, and you can take a break if you need to. Now I'm going to get into some tips for how to break out of writing burnout, or beat it, or stop it from happening. If you feel yourself getting a little bit unmotivated and bored with your story, again, it's okay to take a break if you feel like you need one. You don't have to like push against it, but if you want to push against it, here is what I will say. Watch like writing tips videos, writing craft videos. I feel like those are super inspirational to me because first of all, you're learning, so it's productive, and also when I just consume writing content, it makes me want to write. So along those same lines, watch writing vlogs, look at like writers' Instagrams, go on Pinterest, whatever. I just feel like consuming writing content helps me want to produce it, kind of getting inspiration and motivation from there. Another thing you can do, something that I find very helpful when I'm kind of stuck or just not feeling very motivated, is to read. First of all, reading can spark inspiration for your story. Like if you're reading a fantasy and you really like the idea of writing a fantasy with like a controlling government, then that can inspire you to start plotting your own fantasy. And I feel like reading and other books are a good place to get inspiration from. Obviously, don't rip anyone off, but you can be like, I like that, I want to try writing something like that. And then my other thing with reading is sometimes I'll like be holding a book in my hands and like looking at the words, and I'll be like, I want to hold my book in my hands one day, and that is like motivation enough. So reading can definitely be helpful. My next thing is to listen to music. I have like a playlist for every one of my books. I'm sure that you do too. I think every writer does that, but put that on and just daydream about your story, work through scenes in your mind. If you want to act them out in person, go ahead, we all do it. I feel like that really gets my imagination going and makes me want to write when I'm like imagining the scenes coming to life. That really gets me like excited about the story again, and that can help with burnout. Along those same lines of bringing your story to life and like kind of making it bigger than just words, if that makes sense, is you can draw your characters, you can make a Pinterest board for your story, again, make a playlist, just make your story feel bigger than just the document. I feel like when my story feels like it has a life, that really helps me with motivation and wanting to finish, because I can just see it as a whole world, and that just gets me really excited. Another tip is, if you are stuck on a project, try and switch gears. You can either go work on another project, or write a future scene, like write scenes out of order. If a scene in your book is not working and you're like getting stuck on it, try a different way of writing that scene. Try it from a different character's POV. Try it with a different end goal. Just try to switch it up. That can maybe ignite some excitement and fun and motivation, just like switching it up and doing something different. You could also try doing a different like writing routine. If you usually write in your room, try to go to a cafe or write outside. If you always write your scenes in order, try writing them out of order. If you always write out of order, try writing in order. You could try a different writing software. Just try to switch it up and make it kind of fun and exciting and new. I think the most fun part of writing is discovery, so just try to make something new that you can discover and work on and kind of make it fun again. My next tip is to work on brainstorming, either for your story if you still need to brainstorm a little bit, or brainstorm and thought dump and plot a whole other story. I feel like this just, again, with the new fresh idea and discovery, I think that can reignite your love for writing and also just get your like imagination going again. Obviously, don't abandon your other story or the project you got stuck on or whatever, but I just feel like working on something new for like a couple days can just be like, this is fun, I needed a refresh, I needed something new, you know, and that can help avoid the burnout. And my last and final tip, which is crazy, I feel like this video is really short. My last tip is to go back and read or edit what you've already written. Again, this helps see the big picture and bring your story to life, because it can get kind of overwhelming and mundane and tedious when you're just like writing every single day and you're just like, where is this going? I feel like it can feel really slow, but if you go back and read what you've already written, that can help you see your story's direction and see the big picture and also see how much work you've already put in, and that can be really motivating. You could also edit what you've already wrote just to, again, switch it up from writing to editing, which is also productive because eventually you will need to edit your story. And when you're editing, you can find maybe things that you want to change in your story, something new you want to try, and that can help you going forward to make it fun and exciting again. But yeah, that is all the tips that I have for you guys today. I hope that these were helpful. Please like the video if you liked it and leave a comment. If you have any questions, I will try my best to answer them, or somebody else will help you as well. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see from me, any tips and tricks you want me to talk about, anything else you want to see. Please subscribe. I post writing content, obviously, and I'm usually pretty active, always posting shorts, community stuff. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a really great day. Bye!